Okay, so for playing Plague Inc., I already beat the bacteria and virus normal levels. So now we're gonna play the fungus level, which is supposedly harder. Fungal spores struggle to travel long distances without special effort. Let's name the plague um, something weird. Um, the crusty elbows, because it's a fungus. Okay, so I think it's always wise to start with a location where there are both um, plane and ship travel. So I beat the virus level by starting in South Africa, but to make it more challenging, I think I'm gonna start with Brazil. The Crusty Elbows begins in Brazil. So why Crusty Elbows? Because I'm imagining started developing in like offices with overworked employees, and their elbows start um, getting really crusty from the friction against the tables or desks. I'm not sure if the fungus is the same, works the same as the bacteria and virus, where you essentially have to spread it really wide and fast without scientists getting alerted to its presence. Because that has been my strategy um, from the very first time I played this game, and I think it has been successful. So trying to start evolving the fungus, I always start with a symptom. I always start with a coughing symptom, but it's a fungus. I think it should be something else. Nausea, irritated stomach, lining discomfort, slight chance of infection when kissing. Let's start there. Make it more exciting. Spore burst releases a burst of plague spores into the air to infect a new country. Let's do that. How come there are two of these? Oh, I think I also want like insects to carry the infection. So let's see. Across the elbow spreads to Peru. So the strategy that has worked for me in the past 2 or 3 games is that I actually tried to infect the wealthier nations while the infection is not yet too lethal. Let's give it the ability to resist cold climates and also hot climates. So you have to study what kind of like transportation goes through the area. So I'm seeing more ships than planes. So I'm probably gonna upgrade the water transmission next. If it's a fungus, I have a theory that we need to infect animals so that they'll carry it. Livestock and birds and rats. Suddenly it boomed Latin America. But I'm getting so few DNA points though. So I guess we're seeing the difference of a fungus from a virus and bacteria now because it's so localized. It's not getting transferred beyond this region at all, even though I have given it the ability to withstand cold temperatures. So let's upgrade the water transmission. Now it's affecting more countries. I've got so few DNA points though. You need to have a lot of DNA points for later in the game, so you can make the infection deadly. I think you need to be patient here. Just waiting to get more DNA points. You can fast forward it, but I don't want to see it happen. So we now have something in the US. 2 people infected. New air filters are now being used to stop airplanes transmitting any disease between countries. Only advanced airborne diseases can survive on them. I need at least 14 DNA points to upgrade my water transmission. And now we have few people infected in Australia. It's slow going, very different from the bacteria and virus levels. So localized. I can't even like cross the sea from here. I can't get the AA points. I wonder if I need to make the symptoms a little bit more deadly. Painful lumps containing pockets of the pathogen. Slight chance of bursting which can spread the disease. Okay. Spend maybe any points on that. Sometimes you have to spend to get more DNA points. Very slow going. I didn't expect this to be this slow. My abscess is symptom mutated. The danger is that it's so slow to spread, but it develops too many symptoms. Scientists will be alerted too quickly. Okay, so abscesses sounds like it's more about infection than killing people. So you don't wanna kill people right away. So now development of bacteria is at 1%. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade the water transmission again. Just have a gut feel that those ships are the key to affecting other countries. So that's why Australia is infected, because there are direct routes from Brazil, from Argentina to Australia. Okay, so now we're gaining a foothold in Ukraine. That's good. Still have too few DNA points, and that's gonna hurt us. later in the game. You need to have at least around 100 DNA points to make the infection really deadly in the later stages. So like I said, I think it's a good idea to have animals start spreading this. Birds should be a good investment because they can carry it over long distances. But since it's very local, I guess the effect is reduced. The is now at 4%. That's bad. Guess we need to invest in air transmission. We get more airplanes to carry the infection elsewhere. South Africa is now really infected. Let's see. Air infection. Upgrade lets airplanes be infected again. The air transmission upgrade lets the crusty elbows avoid the new air filters on airplanes and spread between countries again. Okay, so that's positive development. Australia is getting hit really hard now. Let's review our symptoms. Okay, Russia's getting it. Hypersensitivity. So you need to review your symptoms to make sure they're not too deadly at this stage. We don't have a foothold in Africa and in China, so we need heat resistance. That's 26 DNA points. Costs a lot of DNA points. This is really hard. I didn't expect this to be this hard because I beat the virus stage in one try. So now the cure is at 10%. Need to slow down scientists' progress. That's really hard with so few DNA points. Now iCure device announced. So that's bad for us. Need to infect more people. Still have 0 dead. And with the bacteria and virus, that's actually okay at this stage. But here, it's so just about half of the world infected. I think that's bad. We're not spreading this fast enough. Okay, so now we got China. Threat level increased. Okay, so now we can spend on heat resistance or cold resistance. I think it's still better to invest in cold resistance, just because it's harder to infect the wealthier nations. And then, to make up for that, we'll use rodents to infect the poorer countries. Canada is still pristine and Greenland, and the cure is at 21%. Zero dead. World Cup cancelled. Complete. You need to really invest in like lab resistance. Genetic hardening. Pathogen becomes harder to analyze in the lab. Decreases future research speed. Pathogen develops resistance to Clostridium or antifungals. Increase effectivity in wealthy countries. I think genetic hardening is a better investment. The pathogen does not reproduce in lab conditions, decreases future research speed, so let's spend all our DNA points on that. Slow down their progress. South Africa is leading global effort. Now we're really attacking the US here. Hopefully Canada is next. Africa is still safe. Let's develop heat resistance. Sneezing symptom mutated. Okay, so that's good. That always like cranks up the speed of infection. Okay, so right at this point, we need to start killing people. So I'm gonna make the symptom deadlier now. So you're looking for like can be lethal, can be fatal. So immune suppression, pathogens attack lymphocytes, suppressing immune system, and allowing significantly greater freedom of mutation can be lethal. Increase in temperature, contagiousness, and severe dehydration. I like that. More. Involve that. Potentially fatal heart abnormality causes breakdown of respiratory system, releasing pathogen into the air. So that adds even more infectiousness to the disease. Okay, so now we have our first death. We have 1,000 dead, 5,000. But the cure is at 42%, so that's bad. You have to throw everything at this. Pathogen DNA strands reassembled. More work needed to develop a cure. Okay, let's go for that. That gives us a bit more time to kill more people. Affecting your country. So I'm just spending my DNA points on more infection routes because Canada is still there and Greenland and Africa. Maybe livestock. Okay, let's see. Canada's still holding up. That's really bad for us. Cure is now 50% complete. Okay, skin lesions. How about more bird? Okay, I now have like 0 DNA points. So just 30,000 people dead, 60% cure. Finally we got Africa. That might be too little too late. Crossy elbows is killing fast. How do we kill all those Canadians? This looks good, but it costs 42 DNA points, which we don't have. I think we're gonna lose this game. Cure is now at 70%. Just 47,000 dead. It's a lot harder than I expected. Now killed more than the Black Death, but that's too late. Cure is now 75% complete. Just gaining a foothold on Canada. Mutated. I just have 2 DNA points. So that's the worst case scenario. You need to have a lot of DNA points for later stages of the game. So lesson learned, I think you need to be more patient with the fungus level. You really need to save up on those DNA points whenever you can. And play the long game. I'm gonna try this again later. Can't even afford any of these. Okay, so it's almost done. We didn't even get to 1 billion people dead. So I think that's a bad game. We need to re-strategize, go back to the drawing board. the elbows is becoming scary just as the world has developed a cure. Okay, so we got 95 million people that can defeat. I'm gonna try again later.